Well, it's only been 8 years since I shot this really nice big trophy tom turkey, and I thought today might be a good day to think about finally mounting this bird. So what I want to do is mount my turkey tail feathers and the beard. So what I chose for that is this piece of manufactured barnwood that I bought at a craft store here locally, and I stained it a little bit. I enhanced it. It looks much better than when I first bought it. Here's the unstained side. And now you can see my side, and I think my side looks way better. So I'm going to have the turkey fan right here. I'm probably going to have to put a little dab of glue back there to secure it. Then I'm going to have to cut out a pattern and use to cut out my piece of leather and form fit it around here, and then tack it down with the thumbtacks and put the beard on. I might just do it all at once right there. When I shot the turkey, I didn't do the spread out the tail feathers in a fan pattern and tack them down to a piece of plywood and dry it that way. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't want to mess with it at the time, so I cut it off the bird, and then I stuck it in a plastic bag full of salt and then put a rubber band tightly around there. And it dried rock hard over the years. It cured really good. But I do have a lot of loose salt now, and I'm going to have to get that off somehow, because I don't want that leaking onto my display plaque like, you know, it has dandruff or something. I'll probably have to use my air compressor maybe. I don't know. This is the nicest turkey I've ever shot. I was hunting with my shotgun that day. This is a Rio Grande turkey. He has an 8-inch beard, so he was an old boy. Well, the weather's turned kind of nasty, so I decided to move my operation inside because I have this really nice warm fire to work next to. I've set up my little portable workbench here. I have my studio audience. They're watching attentively here. They seem to be really interested in the filming this morning. And so here's pretty much everything I'm going to use in this turkey fan and beard mounting project. First things first, this little hammer here is out. I bought this tack hammer instead. Going to be using some Elmer's Carpenter's wood glue. One of these, a little sawtooth hanger to install on the back of the turkey board to hang it on the wall. A pair of really good Westcott scissors, very sharp. Have these decorative brass tacks from Woodpile. Bought those at Hobby Lobby. This is some leather thread. At one point I thought I was going to have to use this to maybe sew up the leather mounting piece I'm going to use to mount the turkey. And that remains to be seen. I might still yet, so we'll put that aside right there. What I'm going to do with this is cut out a couple of pieces and glue them to the mounting board here. And then I'm going to glue the turkey fan and beard down onto the paper. I have a really nice steel ruler. Over here is this piece of leather I bought from Amazon. And last, this is my pattern. I used a program I have called Corel Draw to lay out this pattern. It's basically, I think, a pentagon or something like that. And I just kind of guessed at the first one for size. So after designing it, I printed it out and then laid it over the turkey fan and decided that that was pretty close, but I wanted it a little bit larger. So I made one just a little bit larger, and now I'm going to cut it out and fit it on the turkey fan and the tail, and see if that's going to fit. And if it does, then I'll glue the turkey fan and the beard onto the board. Then I'll apply my leather mounting piece, and then I'm going to go all the way around it with these decorative brass tacks. Thought we had some double-sided tape somewhere here in our junk drawer. So far I haven't found it. That would be very handy to tack that piece of leather down while I draw the pattern. Wait a minute. Ah, poster tape, also known as double-sided tape. So here's my cutting mat. I use this a lot when I'm cutting out decals and stuff like that to use in my Duracoat projects. I'll take a little snippet from the same corner over here that I already cut with the scissors. In fact, while I'm doing this, why don't I just make a fake cut line and see what it would be like to actually be cutting out the pattern using this technique. So here's a fake cut line, and to cut that piece off with no black remaining on the other piece, I'm going to have to move my ruler right to the inside of it, like so, and put a lot of pressure down on that ruler so it doesn't move. And then use the X-Acto knife. I'm going to go through twice. See, I still don't have it. It's not separating at this top part right here. There it is. Well, that actually worked pretty good. Okay, I need to finish cutting this and then get on to the next step. So here's where I left off yesterday. I had glued the fan to the back of the board using some of my Elmer's wood glue, but it really wasn't staying in place. It's kind of wobbling back and forth. So I thought, you know what, I better go ahead and just put the leather mounting piece on and tack it down. So that's how it ended up, and I think it's looking pretty good. In fact, some people would say they were done right now. I want to go ahead and put more decorative tacks all the way around. All of the decorative tacks poke through because they were a little bit longer than the actual wood. And I was going to grind off the tips with my Dremel tool, and I thought, hey, wait a minute. What better way to secure those than just put a dot of Elmer's Carpenter's wood glue on each one and let it set up rock hard, and that'll just ensure that they'll stay, you know, right where they are. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to dot all of the tips of these tacks that have poked through the project here. Then I'm going to set it aside, and later this afternoon or tonight it should be dry enough to mount on the wall. Well, the project's finished, so I wanted to show you guys how it turned out. Definitely the hardest part was putting in the decorative tacks. That took a lot of work, and everything had to just be eyeballed. But I think it looks very rustic, and that's what I was going for, and looks like a true trophy mount. Here's the back side, and that's how those glue-covered tack points came out. I think that was a pretty sharp idea of mine. No pun intended. So there's my finished trophy plaque. Now all I have to do is find a place to hang it.